Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Your Nifty Guy. I hope all of you are doing well. What a session we saw on Friday. Sharp moves, clear intent, and some very important price action that could set the tone for the coming week. In today's video, we are going to break down Friday's market move in detail, understand what the smart money was doing, where the key levels held, and where the traps were laid. Post that, we'll zoom out and do a complete weekly analysis because that's where the real edge lies. We'll identify the bigger trend, key support and resistance zones, and what the market is actually preparing for. And most importantly, I'll give you a clear, no nonsense trading plan for Monday, levels to watch out for, scenarios to be ready for, and how to approach the market with proper risk management. So make sure you watch this video till the end because one good level can change your entire week. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe because every single day we prepare, we plan, and we execute with clarity. Also, do not forget to like the video and put down your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's get into the charts. So, post the gap down and the crazy volatile move on Thursday, we again saw a gap up on Friday. And after the gap up, prices were mostly range bound sideways with trappings everywhere. So once the market created a trap out here, inviting shorts, then again immediately went up again. Out here, if you see, there was this particular uh, good trend line breakdown, and immediately the markets again went up. No clear price action in terms of intraday tradability, as well as the India VIX is again came down on Friday, which again reduces the chances of trading option buying trades. Now, what is more important is the concept that I spoke about in the video that we made on for the trading on Wednesday was the uh, explosion gap pivot, right? So this is the gap area that we had marked on the charts, and what the concept actually says is in case if there's a very big gap on the charts and the market tries to fill it and it does not and it reverses, so it is very much more evident on the daily time frame. So I'll quickly explain. So this is the gap area that we had marked on the charts, and this was the gap that was created with this big gap up opening based on the ceasefire news on Wednesday. uh, Post this, we saw that on Thursday the markets tried to go down and fill the gap. And then Friday's price action shows that okay, we have failed to fill the gap. We tried, but we failed. And then we have ultimately also given a closing above the 2 day high, which was the gap up high, as well as the move which tried to fill in the gap. Right. So this is the concept which I was trying to explain, that whenever there is something like this, try to understand the intent, right? It is always very, very important for us to understand what the market is trying to do. If we understand what the intent of the market is, so as soon as we saw this particular gap up on this on Friday, uh, post markets actually trying to fill the gap, we knew that okay, this low can be protected. And if you are a directional trader, if of course you could not make good money in option buying apart from the momentum based move which only came during the last hours of trading, a good option to trade as a versatile trader would have been to short puts, right? Uh, because the VIX is falling, you will be gaining a lot of theta decay. Plus, apart from that, a constant up move with very low moves on the downside. Again, the move which also came in, this was simply a trap and immediately reversed. So, any one who would have sold puts at the start of the day would have made very good money. So, that was it about Friday. I'll keep the video extremely short. It's my wife's birthday today. I will be heading out shortly. Uh, so it's almost lunchtime now. So I'll be quickly preparing the plan. But before that, we will be looking at the weekly charts. And it is such a good relief to see such a good positive candle on the weekly chart after such a long, long time. Especially, I hope my portfolio has seen a good jump once again with some of the stocks again coming back from the negative red zone to the positive zone. And that's a great relief, right? When you have a long term portfolio which has been bleeding. Although, yes, I did add some quantities to some of the counters that I am holding for a very long-term perspective. When by very long-term perspective, I mean I have no intentions of selling them till the time I am in severe need of funds. And I do not need those funds till the time my daughter grows up a lot, right? So that is the kind of time frame that I am looking at, and that is the reason why I always ask you guys to build a core portfolio of companies that you strongly believe in. And whenever you see dips like this in the market, when there's a lot of fear, wars are looming, will there be a nuclear attack? People are panic selling. That is the time to actually accumulate and hold on to those stocks at lower levels. Right? That is the kind of sale that is going on in stock when news like these come out in the market, and there is panic driven activities everywhere in the market. So that is the time when you add on to those counters. And that is what I have done. I have added little quantities to each of the counters that I'm holding in long term. So yeah, on the weekly time frame, like I was saying, the last 3 weeks we saw kind of indecisiveness after the fall. Okay, yes, definitely the markets will be uh, indecisive kind of, and formed a good pivot out here, post which the markets have actually gone up. Now, if we get another candle like this, I'll quickly explain another concept to you guys. Right. Say, for example, the coming week's candle looks something like this. The high has to be above this high. The low has to be above this low. We need a closing if we get it above this low, but then again, we need to look at the lows basically. So, there's a concept called I'm not exactly sure about the name. Please do it, but it's called something DMARC's pivot or something. I'll check that and put it out in the comments. So what it says is, in a price trend, if we see a low which is formed like this, where in the prior two lows are higher lows, so higher lows, and then the next two following lows are also higher lows. So this marks an important low in the market, and mostly what happens is it is followed by a move on the upside. So this weekly candle, if it forms like this, so this is a DMARC's pivot right in play out here. A perfect example wherein these two lows are also higher, which means this was the lowest low that was formed. The following two lows are also higher, which means okay, the downtrend is finally coming to an end, and we might not see these levels pretty soon anytime, right? So this marks as a good short-term low. So these concepts, although you will not be using them in intraday trading, but then yes, they give you a sense of biasness in the direction that you should be looking at while you are doing those or taking those intraday trades. So this is a good concept. We'll be definitely keeping a close eye on whether this is in the formation based on the next week's candle. Now, Monday, I believe, is the monthly expiry now. Let me quickly also check it on my phone. Just hold on for a guys. I believe Tuesday, a holiday has been declared for Ambedkar Jayanti, and now Monday is the weekly expiry. Yes, Monday is the weekly expiry. So yes, usual word of caution from my side. In anybody who is into option buying and into Nifty trading, if you are trading the expiry on Monday, make sure to shift your entire trading to the following week's expiry. Apart from the Hero Zero trade that we can have a look at post 2 p.m. in the market based on the change in OI, rest everything should be confined to the following week's expiry. You will be paying a slightly higher premium for your entries, but then trust me, you will be doing yourself a lot of favor by simply shifting your trading to the following week's expiry. Now, we'll quickly make a plan. So on the 4 RD chart, I will mark a fib level. Again, there's a lot of activities which are planned over the weekend by the governments, as in there's peace talk happening in Pakistan between US and Iran. Officials are meeting up. Also read up news that Russia and Ukraine may finally be going ahead for a full closure of the war with a ceasefire, and so kind of stability coming in into the markets. That also goes in with our directional bias. So yes, this fib level is simply marked in case of any negative news which might have a downward or a gap down opening on Monday. These are our support levels. So this is the based on the 4 hour and hourly also. It will be the same thing only. Let me quickly have a glance. Yeah, early also it is going to be the same thing only. So yeah, that is, we are simply marking this so that we are aware, okay, till what levels can we expect the markets to retrace if they are coming down without creating fear or panic in our minds, right? So yeah, this is the level that we have already marked on our charts, and this is with respect to this low and this high. Say for example, this low is, I don't think it will be breaching soon on Monday, but in case if this high gets breached, then this level also needs to be adjusted on an intraday basis. This is what we have drawn with the data that we currently have. But in case on Monday market opens, say for example, opens flat and then goes up, this high is breached, then we need to recalibrate and reconfigure these levels and move them and adjust them a little bit. Now, the trade plan for Monday, we mark this high. This is also a 3 day high, right? This kind of looks like a inverted head and shoulder. But let's not get into the names of patterns, but try to understand the psychology of what is happening and why is it happening. Number one and most obvious trade choice for me would be a flattish opening, markets breaking out above Friday's high, giving us a pullback, and then continuation in the same direction. That is where we plan a trade on the long side. In case if we see a gap down opening, I am not looking at taking any shorts in the market. I will simply be waiting for markets to come around and see the reaction around these levels. And in case if I see a positive reaction around these levels, this is where I will buy. Now, mind it, if I am drawing a path direction like this, that market's coming here, taking a first bounce, going back down, going up, does not mean that the market is going to do this, right? I am simply being prepared in my mind that this is an important support level. And in case if markets come around these levels and markets form a base, not exactly a W, it can form a triple bottom, it can also form a long solid consolidation and then breakout. It means that we are looking at a positive price action around these levels that can help us taking a long entry, right? Any short trade, I will be planning only and only below this level, and that too with lower quantities right now. With the geopolitical tensions easing out and everything kind of falling into place, it has been market have dragged on a lot on the downside. uh, I am kind of biased on trade for the long side, but then again, how I play into them will be crucial because the VIX had also shot up a lot, and with the markets slowly and steadily going up, the VIX will be crashing back and coming back to normal levels. Okay, that is perfectly fine for us and will help us in future trades. But then for now, we need to be extra cautious and also keep an eye on what the India VIX is doing on an intraday basis, right? While we are punching in those trades, is if the VIX is falling down, even if we are right, there's a very high probability, very high chance that we might not be able to make the good amount or the right amount of profit that we expect out of the trade, or maybe even incur some losses. So yeah, be prepared for that, and that is the reason why we keep an eye on that. And it is my duty to keep you guys well aware about what to look for and while we are trading on an intraday basis. So yes, that is it. And also we had spoken about some levels on an intraday basis, which were from the entire high to this low. Market is now retracing up, and we can also see some good resistance from these areas. So this is the, I will change the color to red, and this is the daily time frame fib, right, from the very high to very low. So I know we are very very close to these levels, and we need to look at the activities out here as well. So this is still a 150 point trade that we can do, and we have them marked on the chart so that yes, we are aware of what the markets can and how the markets can react around here, and we are not taken in by surprise. Uh, Needless to say, above these levels, we will be super bullish. But then, yes, right now we expect the volatility to continue for some more time. We can expect some sideways price action. We can expect some traps. The reason why I did not have the trap setup trading in here for Monday is because Friday wasn't a good enough trending day, but nonetheless, because the markets is kind of moving in with creating traps, we can also have a look at a trap setup because we saw a good buying in the last few hours, last hour of the trading, and if we set up a trap setup earlier in the day, we open flat, move up, close above this high, and then we come down. We can take a scalp trade on the short side here as well. And after a lot of sessions, Friday's cash data shows that the FIIs were finally uh, net buyers in the cash market. So, yeah, that is also a good positive sentiment that adds to our analysis and our bias. So, all right, guys, that's the plan for Monday. Now, remember, markets don't reward prediction, they reward preparation. The levels are in front of you, the scenarios are clear. Execution, it is what will make the difference. Stay disciplined, manage your risk, and don't get trapped in emotional trades because one bad decision can wipe out a week of good work. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one where we come back, review the execution, and stay one step ahead of the market. Till then, trade smart, stay patient, and remember the market rewards those who wait, not those who chase. Cheers, guys, and thanks for tuning in.